guys lost 3 of your starting 5 linemen today. Just talk about the adjustments you had to make on that line in a day that was already kind of rough to get the offense going.
I mean, definitely tough. Obviously, wishing a speedy recovery to those guys. Definitely unfortunate. It's always tough, especially late in the game. You know, you've maybe been on the bench for a while, having to come in there and go, especially in a known pass situation. You know, it's always tough. So, wishing a speedy recovery to those guys, and definitely a big shout out to Jake and Yash and everybody stepping up.
What did the Bills do? That was able to stymie some of the things that that counteracted some of the things that you guys were used to doing.
I think at the end of the day, it was just coming down to our execution. You know, we just didn't get a job done on that front, whether that be fundamentals or, just communications, little stuff like that. You know, there was a breakdown somewhere on some of those rundowns and some of those pass plays. So we got to be better.
How disappointing was it to not be able to capitalize on, I know that stats matter, but the game has to be played. Bills came in with the second worst rushing defense, and the way you guys have been running the ball, how kind of disappointing was it that they were able to get you out of your game plan?
Definitely disappointing. You know, us, an offensive lineman especially, we love being able to run the ball at will. Obviously, we've been able to enjoy that these last couple of weeks, but at the end of the day, teams are always going to try and stop us, and, we didn't do enough to execute today, so definitely disappointed in ourselves.
I do understand that you guys get behind the sticks sometimes, but in that first half when it was still 12-3, Dowdle came in and gave you guys a real good spark. You got some chunk plays there, and then things kind of went north after that, kind of went away from the run. He finished with 7 carries for 52 yards on the day. I get the score, but what made you still go away from that? It seemed like y'all had a better rhythm offensively with him running the ball.
I mean, that's hard to say. At the end of the day, the flow of the game, a lot of things can happen. A lot of the different factors can impact that I'm not really, at liberty to speak about. At the end of the day, we want to give as much confidence to the coaching staff and to the players that we can run the ball at will. So if we're not running the ball at the end of the day, that falls on us.
How challenging is it losing Brady for the season like this?
I mean, yeah, that's tough. That's definitely tough. Obviously Brady's been a warrior for us. He was next to me my rookie year. He's played damn near every position on that field for us. Ultimate warrior, sacrifices his body week in and week out. So definitely unfortunate for him. Wishing him the best, honestly, and just hopefully he just gets around his family, gets around his loved ones, and yeah, it's definitely tough.
How do you quickly wash this away and get back to what you guys were building on the past couple of weeks?
I mean, my mindset, and I believe everybody's mindset in the locker room, was 1 week at a time. So obviously you want to go 1-0 every week. We weren't able to get it done this week, but we'll watch the film tomorrow, analyze what we did wrong, and then we'll on to the next game. Simple as that. The league doesn't stop for anybody.
Icky, on the Dalton interception on that screen pass, what? I know you were not facing the ball, but what'd you say on that? What happened?
Shoot. I mean, kind of seems like maybe they kind of knew what was coming a little bit, and they got a good jump off the ball, and he made a great play. So
it looked like Shaq was, at least on the TV broadcast, they said he called the play out and ran everyone over there. Is that what you thought?
Seems likely. Seems likely.